Hello everybody, welcome to the Creative Arena. Today I'm going to share with you 30 hidden Elementor features. Elementor has so many wonderful features that you may or may not be aware of. However, I'm going to share with you 30 of the best features that are hidden or you may have been ignoring or still using additional plugins to achieve. Bear in mind, some of these features are only available on the Elementor Pro, and there is a link in the description of this video where you can get the Elementor Pro plugin. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive in and get started. So the first feature we're going to be talking about is the color sampler. The color sampler, and in order to see the color sampler, just let's say we wish to edit this text we just go to the color, and then you see this color sampler. What this color sampler does is that it picks color from anywhere on the website. It picks color from anywhere on the website, be it image or other colors on the website, and then set it as a color of whatever widget you intend to change its color, be it for the background section, be it the text color, the font color, whatever. You can use this color sampler to easily pick color from your website and then change it, as you can see. So once you click on the color sampler, you get this pen, and if I should click on this place, you see these are the list of colors. If I hover on any of the color, you can see it changing, the about me changing its color. I can still come down here, and then let's say I select this, you can still see all the color section, all the color choice. If I should click on this, voila, the color has been set. The second feature we'll be talking about is the global color. This is another feature that comes very handy, especially to speed up your design. With this feature, you can easily set up all the colors you intend to use in your design, or you'll be using multiple times in your website. You can set this in two ways, and I'm going to show you how. The first method is when you click on this hamburger icon here, and then you go to site settings. Once this loads up, you see the global color here, and then you can add multiple colors or edit existing colors here. Let's say you want to edit this secondary color to whatever color you choose. You can just set the color here. You can set this, and then automatically it gets set there. And then you can also add colors as you choose. As you can see, I've already added some custom colors here. You can still add more, and then we say we title this color, add this color, and then we title the color, button color, buttons. And then once we're done with this, we just click on the update, and then we'll now exit and go back to our editor. Okay, now to make use of the global color you've added, let's say we wish to change the color, the font color of this text here. We can just edit it, and then we'll go to the style options, and we'll come down to the content, and then to make use of our global color, just click on this globe icon here, and then you see the list of all the global colors you've added. See the list of all the global colors you've added. Any one of them you want to use, you can just click on it and it will change its color here. And I also made mention of the second method of adding a color to your global color, and that method is when you have a particular color. Let's say this color here, you like this color here, and you intend to use this particular color on this text here multiple times on your website. You can just edit it and then go to the style options, and then come to the content, this color here, and then you click on the color and see this plus icon here. Once you click on this plus icon, you now see an option to title the color as icon heading, and then you create. Automatically it has been added to your list of global font colors, which you can access anytime, anywhere. Let's say we want to revert this color to make it uniform with these colors here. We can simply do that by clicking this, going here, and then click on this global icon. You see the new color we added, icon heading color, and then we set it, and that is it. Just click on update, and the settings has been saved. The next feature we'll be talking about is the page transition and preloader. This feature is a wonderful feature, and a lot of us tend to make use of additional plugins to achieve this particular feature on their website. However, Elementor provides this feature for you, and then you can tweak it to suit your various needs. So to set this feature up, you just click on the hamburger icon at the top left corner, and then you go down to site settings. Now once this loads up, you scroll down to the page transition. Scroll down to page transition. Now you can see the page transition settings, and then you can see the preloader here. Now you can tweak the both of them to suit your needs. So the first thing we're going to do here now, we're going to set a color here. We're going to set a color that we'll be using here. So let's say we want to use red, or want to use this color. Now once we've done that, we'll now come down here to the preloader, and then we'll choose whichever preloader we want to use. We can use either the icon from the Elementor icon library, or we can upload our own image, and then or we can use an existing animation. Let's try the animation aspect. Now we can set which animation icon we need. We can increase this to cycle dash. Can change it to cycle dash. You can see you can also change it to spinners. You can see, and then you can come down here and then increase the size to something like this. So now here you can set the preloader delay. You can set how long the preloader delay would last, or you can better still go down to the page transition, and then you can use the entrance animation and then the exit animation. Let's say we set this to zoom in, and then we set this to zoom out, and then this is our animation. So you can see, so once we preview this is what we get, and that is it. So you can see, so this particular feature comes in very handy. There are a series of other options you can use. You can use the icon here, as you can see, and then you can still add animations to a particular icon. Let's say we add spinners to this icon. You see it's spinning. You can add pose, you see, then you can add swing, yeah, and then you set the animation speed and then the preloader delay. This is a wonderful feature that you should try, and once you're done customizing it to suit your needs, you just click on the update, and then you go back to your editor. So the next hidden feature we'll be talking about is the feature called the hidden element. This is a very important Elementor feature that is barely noticed or used by a lot of designers out there, and this feature is the hidden element. And what this feature does is that it makes our website looks neat, our designing screen looks neat by hiding all the elements that we've made hidden on a particular responsive mode. That is, elements that we've set to show on either the mobile or the PC, or the PC view or the tablet view. As you can see, these are elements. This is one of the hidden elements. This is another hidden element, and these elements, if you toggle this, you see that they do not show, but in your designing screen they show, and they kind of make the your website, your designing screen looks a bit clumsy. So there are two ways of hiding this particular hidden elements. There is the global way of hiding it, and then there is the specific element hiding. So I'm going to show you the two ways. The first I'll show you is the specific element hiding. That is, you can hide this particular element one at a time. To do that, you just need to turn on the navigator, and then when you select this particular element, this particular element, you see the element here in your navigator. This is it, and then you just click on this icon, and it's hidden. So that is the way of doing it on the specific element. And the second method, which is the global method, to achieve that, you just need to go to click on this hamburger icon here, and then you go to user preference, and then you scroll down under the responsive preview. You see the hidden element. By default it is set to show, so once you toggle this off, all the hidden elements in the website are hidden. As you can see, they are all hidden, and even if you go to your designing screen, they are hidden. So what this can give you a clean designing screen, and then you can make your work go smoothly and faster. The next hidden feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor Finder feature. This is another feature that can help you speed up your work. You can access it by simply clicking on the Ctrl plus E key on your keyboard. This is the Finder feature. And with this feature, you can easily find anything on your Elementor, find, edit, and create new page template, sections, containers, posts, pages, pop-up, and so on, without having to exit or return to your dashboard to do so. So take for instance, now we type, let's say, E on on the Finder. It shows you everything on your website that has an E in it, like the home page, beautiful page. You can see, and when you scroll down, you see even general under this, you can see everything. And then if you come down, you can also see where you can create new page template, new section, new container, new post, uh, new page, everything. You can do that from here without having to exit and then go to your dashboard and then attempt to do that. So one of the best ways I normally make use of this feature is when I'm here and let's say I want to edit this beautiful home page. What I do normally is I just hold down the control key and then I click on it, and then it opens in another tab. The next feature we'll be talking about is the inline editing. With this feature, you can simply type directly on screen and transform your blog, text editing, and content writing into an easy and intuitive process. As you can see, take for instance, we drag this heading right above here. Now instead of us typing here and then changing the text, we can just easily come here right on our editing screen. We can just type, you can see, and then the wonderful thing of this is that we can still highlight a particular text, and then we can make it bold, we can underline it, we can even make it italics, as you can see, and then make your work go smoothly. The next feature we'll be talking about is the scroll snap. To see this feature, you click on the gear icon at the bottom left, this icon, and then you go to advanced settings, and then you come down to the scroll snap, and all you just need to do is to toggle this to on, and then now we can set the snap position to either top or center or bottom depending on what you want, and then you set the scroll padding, and then you can set the scroll snap. What this feature does is it it makes the viewport stop on a particular position of a section when scrolling ends. So as you can see now, if we should go to the top and then we scroll, you see, this is what the feature does. As you can see, the feature is very handy and is very helpful, as it helps to engage your users with unique scrolling experience and is fully responsive. The next feature we'll be talking about is the additional breakpoint. This is another wonderful hidden feature in Elementor that a lot may not be aware of. By default, if you click on the responsive mode, you see only three options, that is the desktop, the tablet, and then the mobile. However, we can add more breakpoints to this. So to do so, there are two ways to do so. We have the easy method, and then we have the difficult method, or rather the long method, and I'm going to show you both, so you choose for yourself which of the method you go with. So we'll start with the long method. For the long method, you click on the hamburger icon, and then you go to site settings. So once this loads up, you now scroll down to layouts, then you scroll down to breakpoints. This is the breakpoints we're talking about. And then the second method to get to this particular breakpoint, which is the simplest method, and then which is the simplest method, is just for you to, once you've clicked on this responsive mode and you have this screen, this dark section here, you just come here and then you click on this gear icon here at the top right corner. So once you click on the gear icon, it just takes you directly to the breakpoints here. So now for you to add more, as you can see by default there is the mobile and then the tablet. This particular breakpoints cannot be removed. However, you can add more breakpoints by clicking on this plus icon, and then you see the mobile extra, the tablet extra, and then laptop, and then the wider screen. So if we should click on, let's say, the mobile extra, now you can see that there is an option for you to like increase the screen and then set whatever screen you choose to set. And then I'm going to also add for the tablet extra, and I'll leave all the sizes, or rather the widths. I'm going to leave them all by default, so we can like see it for the purpose of just this tutorial. While on your own you can set it up depending on the various screens you want. There are a series of screens out there. So now once you've done this, you just click on the update, and then you get this pop-up to reload. Now you just click on the reload now, and once it reloads, all right. So now when you click on the responsive mode, you can now see the various screens we've added, the various breakpoints we've added, and then we can design our website to suit the various screens we've selected on our breakpoints. The next hidden feature we'll be talking about is the absolute positioning. With this feature, you can drag any widget to any location on the page regardless of the grid. Now let's see how this feature works. Now we're going to add 3 images at the bottom of this page. So let's add the first image. This is image 1, and then we're going to add another image. Let's drag another image here, and then let's add this as our image 2, and then we're going to drag the third image. We're going to drag the third image here, and then this image we're going to select this image, and then we insert it. So now we're going to position this image on this particular image here using the absolute positioning. So now on the first image, we're just going to edit it, and then we'll go to advanced settings, and then we'll come to position, and then we'll set absolute. Select the absolute positioning. Now when you set it to absolute position, you see that it disappears from here, but not to worry, it didn't go far, it just went up here. So what you can do now is that you can just simply drag it, as in click on it, and then you drag it to wherever you want it to stay on your website. Drag it, and then let's say we'll place it here, and then we'll go down, and then on this next image we'll do the same. We'll go to the settings, and then we set the absolute position, set it to absolute position, and then it now goes to the top. And just like we did before, we'll drag it here, and then the third image we'll do the same thing. We'll go to the settings, advanced settings, and then we'll now come to the position and set it to absolute, and then we'll now drag it down here, set it this way, So as you can see, they're giving us a warning that custom positioning is not considered best practice for responsive web design and should not be used frequently. So what this is actually telling us is that this feature might not sit well on your website on the responsive view, let's say on the mobile view, and so on either the tablet view. But to be on the safe side, if you notice that it doesn't fit well on your mobile view, you can hide it on your mobile view. And then let's see the responsiveness of our positioning. Now let's set it to tablet, and let's see how it looks on tablet. It looks great on tablet. Now if we should set it on mobile, we see it it doesn't look great at all on mobile. So now what we can do is that we can just return back to the tablet mode. We can go back to the tablet mode and then we'll edit each of them and then set the responsiveness to hide on mobile, responsiveness uh, to hide on mobile, and then finally the responsiveness of this to hide on mobile. And then when we now go back to the mobile screen, you can see it doesn't show here, but it shows on our desktop. It shows on our desktop, on our tablet and on our desktop perfectly well. The next hidden feature we'll be talking about is the page background color. This feature comes handy in a situation whereby you want to set a particular color as the background color for the entire page to save you the time spent changing the background color in every container or section you add. For instance, as you can see in this website, this background color looks similar in every section and container. So if we should add a new container now by clicking on this plus action and then we click on this, and let's say we select this container here, you can see it comes with a white background. So whatever we add here takes the white background font. So we need to like go to the settings and then go to styles here and then change the background color to this same color to suit this particular color here, and that is very tedious. However, with this page background color feature, we can set the background color for this particular page to be the same so that we don't need to go through all this stress. So for us to do this, we just need to come down here and click on this settings icon here, and then we'll now go to the style options, and then we'll see this background type, and then here we'll just select the color we want to set, and you can see we set it to the color to suit this particular color. If you have the color code or any particular color you want to set as a background, if you want to build a dark site, you can just do it here. Once you're done, you update it. Once it's updated, any new section you want to add, section, container, whatever you want to add, it takes that particular color. As you can see, it takes the color of the background, making your work easy and go smoothly. The next feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor editing handle. By default, when you hover on set container, you just get edit container. You hover on any widget, you just get edit that particular widget. So this feature comes in very handy as it helps you to speed up your designing due to the fact that it adds two frequently used options to your handles, such as the duplicate and then the delete option. So to activate this feature, you simply click on the hamburger icon at the top here, and then you go to user preference, and then under the editing handle you just toggle it to yes, and you allow for a few seconds for it to update. And this is it. So once it's updated, now you hover on any part of the site, any widget or container or sections. When you hover, you get three options, which is the duplicate and then the delete, and then with the initial edit container. The next feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor maintenance mode. This is a feature that most people are not aware of or tend to ignore, and some even go as far as installing additional plugins just to set their site on maintenance mode. So to set your site on maintenance mode using the Elementor plugin, you just go to the Elementor and then you scroll down to tools. So once this loads up, you now go to the maintenance mode. Now Elementor provides two modes, which is the coming soon mode and then the maintenance mode. The difference between these modes are the coming soon mode tells search engine that, oh, this site is ready to be indexed. Whereas the maintenance mode tells search engine that this site is not yet ready to be indexed. Come back a couple of days, and this maintenance mode is not advisable to be used for more, and if you must use it, don't set it for more than a couple of days. And then the next is for you to set who can access it. This logged in now indicates that the admin that is logged in can access it, or you can set custom users here that will access it. And then the third option is for you to select the template that will load whenever someone accesses your website when it's on maintenance mode. So I've already created a template here, and then so we're going to set this template, and then we're going to um, set it on, choose the mode to be on coming soon mode. And also, in a situation where you've not created a template, you can just click on this create one, and then you create a template. So then once you've done this, you now click on the save. So once this is saved, you now see this particular red icon, this red notification here, maintenance mode is on. This tells you that your maintenance mode is on. And so now we just copy our URL and then open our website on an incognito mode, so we can see the maintenance mode we've set. So now if you should access any page on the website, it will take you to this particular maintenance mode that we've set. Now if you like this particular template that comes with features such as a notify me, where users can input their email and then subscribe to get notified when the site comes up, or the contact info where the users can see the info to contact your website owners. If you like this design, you can find it on the description of this video, a link to the video on how you can create a simple and beautiful coming soon page on the description of this video. Thank you for watching up until this moment. Please remember to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified first when we release a new video. The next feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor keyboard shortcut. This feature shows all the various keyboard shortcuts on the Elementor page builder that you can use to speed up your work. And to see them, you simply press the Control key and the question mark key on your keyboard, and you see the keyboard shortcuts. As you can see, the shortcuts may be too much to memorize them all, but in a situation where you can actually memorize these shortcuts, it will really speed up your work. As you can see, Control C, copy, Control plus Shift plus M to go to the responsive mode, and so on and so forth. Another useful feature and hidden feature that I believe most designers tend to ignore or don't even know exists is the favorite option. This feature is most helpful when you wish to personalize your editor panel to streamline your workflow. By using this feature, you tend to pin your most used widget to the favorite section for easy access. So you can do this feature, you can use this feature by simply right clicking on any particular widget you know you'll be using often, and then you just add it to your favorite. Take for instance now, let's say you love to use the flip box. When you hover on the flip box and then you right click, you see the add to favorite, and it has been added. When you scroll down, there is another feature you see that you'll be using a lot. Instead of coming down to access all those features, you can just add it, and then you add it to your favorite. So this makes your work easy. You just come to your favorite and then you see all the features. You just drag them. You don't need to scroll down. You don't need to search. You don't need to search for widgets. You just come here and then you see your most used widgets there. The next feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor version control. This feature is useful especially in a situation whereby you notice an issue with the latest version of Elementor you updated to. With this feature, you can easily roll back to the previous version before the issue appeared, and it's mostly helpful when you're debugging a problem with your Elementor. So to access this feature, you go down to the Elementor and you scroll down to the tools, and then you go to version control. Now here you can roll back on the Elementor free version. This first part is for the Elementor free version. You can roll back to the various versions of Elementor here. Once you select the version you want, you just click on reinstall, and then after a couple of minutes it reinstalls for you. And then the next feature, next option is the rollback for the Pro version. You can do that, all the available Pro versions. You can just select any and then you reinstall it. And bear in mind that whenever you want to do this, make sure you back up your database first before you make any rollback. Right. So the next feature we'll be talking about is the paste from other website feature. This is a wonderful feature that is only available on the Elementor Pro. So if you do not have the Elementor Pro, there is a link in the description of this video where you can get the Elementor Pro for yourself. So what this feature does is that with this feature you can copy containers, widgets from one particular website to an entirely different website. But for this feature to work for you, you need to have on both websites, you need to have the recent version of Elementor plugin. That is the Elementor Pro plugin. You need to have both on both websites to ensure that this feature works perfectly well for you. Now, we're going to test this feature and I'm going to show you how it works. Now, take for instance, we want to copy this particular section with its content and then to this particular website, which is mind you, we're making use of localhost to test this feature. So we've installed two different WordPress on localhost. Now this is the second one. This is my new website. This is the second one. Then the one we're copying and design from is titled my website, as you can see in the URL here. These are the two different WordPress installations that we have. So now we want to copy this and then paste it on this. So what we'll do here is that we'll right click and then we'll copy. So now when we go to the other website that we want to paste what the content we've copied from one website, let's say website A, we want to paste it on website B. Now what we'll do here now is that after creating the page and then editing it with Elementor and having this particular screen, so you now right click on the screen and then you see the paste from other side option. When you click on this, you see this pop-up titled control with a control plus V option to paste from other side. So what you do here now is that on your Windows, you click on control V. On your Apple laptop, you click on command V. So now when we click on control V, you can see this animation, this loading animation, and then voila, we've successfully copied this section and pasted it here. We can do the same. We can still go further and then let's say we'll copy this particular section or some services. All we just need to do is to click on copy and then we'll come here, just right here, and then we'll click on paste from other site and then we'll now click on control V. You can see this has also already pasted the my services we got from this page. We can still go further and then we'll copy this project. Let's do the same. We'll copy it and then we'll come here, we'll go down and then we'll do the same here, paste from other side, and on here we'll now click on control V. So with this feature, you can actually replicate an entire design you've designed for a particular website on another website without having to redo it or without having to do any form of importation and export and import and so on, all those long process. So this feature is quite handy and very helpful. The next feature we'll be talking about is the link option, and this feature can be found in so many places in the Elementor. It can be found in the heading, on the link options. You can also find it on the buttons, images, icons, and so many other places where there is link. So now take for instance, we want to add a link to either this heading or this button. Let's say this button. We now come here on the gear icon, we'll click the gear icon, then you see the various link options. The first link option opens in the new window. That is, if you should tick this option here, whenever this button is clicked, it opens in the new window. And then this second feature, the add no follow, this is basically for SEO. It adds a no follow instruction for Google bots. And then the third feature, there is a custom attribute. This comes in two, where you add the key and then the value which is separated with a straight dash. So, and I've also gone to W3 School to show you some of the various attributes that can be added to this place. As you can see here, this is the attribute and then the value. So you can just select any, and then if you know the use and then you want to make use of it on your links, you can just go to W3 School and then you get that particular feature. So that's pretty much it for the link option. The next feature we're talking about is the replace URL feature. This feature is helpful most especially when you move a website to a new domain and then you notice that the old URL are still present in some places on your website. So with this feature, you can easily replace all the old URL with a new URL. So in order to do this, you just go to your Elementor and then you scroll down to the tools, and then you go down to you click on the replace URL section. Here you have two options where you place the old URL and then you place the new URL. You can also use this one in a situation whereby you have activated HTTPS, that is SSL certificate on your website, and then you want to like change your website URL from HTTP HTTP to HTTPS of your website, and then you put your domain.com. You do the same here. Once you do that, it now replace everything. But to be on the safe side, always back up your database before doing this, performing this option. And another important thing you need to note is that once you set this option and then you replace all URL, I advise you to go back to the general option and then you click on then regenerate files and data. This also will do the same for your CSS files and other data on your website. The next feature we'll be talking about is the template shortcode. This is another wonderful hidden Elementor feature which so many people may not be aware of, and those that are aware of probably might not be fully utilizing it. What this feature does is it allows you to add save template anywhere on your website, be it on blog post, page, and even within certain widgets such as the testimonial widget, the testimonial carousel widget, the slider widget, the text widget. So I'm first of all going to save this particular container and its content as a template. So to do so, I'm just going to right click on it and then I'll come down to save as template, and then I'll just title it temp1, and then I'm going to click on save. Then I'm going to go back and I'll do the same here, save this as template, and I'll call it temp2. Okay, now that we're done saving it, as you can see, these are the list of the templates we have, but we'll not be using this particular section here. I'm going to show you where you can see the template shortcodes. So I'm going to close this. Then on our dashboard, we'll go down to template. On our template, we'll go to save templates. Then within the save template, you can see the templates we just added, this temp1 and temp2. Then towards the end here, you can see the template shortcode. This is the shortcode I'm talking about, and we can add it anywhere on our website. First of all, just copy the shortcode, and then let's say we'll go to our post, and then let's test it on this post. All right, now this is the post content. So now we just add our template here. Add the template here. You can even add it in multiple places on the website, or rather on the blog post, and then when you update it, and then you click on view. Now you can see this is the template here. So you can see this is one method of making use of the template. Another method of making use of the template that I mentioned earlier was inserting the template within certain widgets. So we're going to do that. So to do that, we're just going to, let's say, let's come down to this side. Okay, now we're going to drag a testimonial carousel, this, then we'll just drag it and drop it here. Now as you can see, what we'll do now is we're just going to clear this content here. We won't be needing the content. We're going to delete the image sample, delete the name and this, and then we're going to delete all this, and then we'll duplicate this, So now what we'll do now is we'll go back to our save templates, and then we'll copy the various short codes, and then we'll just paste it here within the contents. Then we'll do the same, copy another short code, this short code, and then we'll paste it here. We'll paste it here as well. So now we have four uh, four slides. So we can just save it now. Once you click on save, don't worry, all you see here is just the template name. It doesn't show on the editor, but in the live preview you will see everything clearly. So once it's saved, now click on this preview changes to see what we've done, and then once this loads up, we'll be able to see the various templates that we've saved using the shortcodes to call them on our live page within a plugin, within the widget. As you can see, this is it. This is the template here, and then it performs all the feature. You can click it and do everything you want to do. So this is a wonderful feature, and then it depends on how creative you are. You can make use of this shortcode, these shortcodes to do wonderful designs on your website. The next feature we'll be talking about is the save option feature, which has two options within it, that is save draft and then the save as template feature. Now we'll be discussing both features that are found in these save option features. So to access the save option feature, we just scroll down to this arrow facing up, and then we click on it. We see the save draft and then the save as template. The save draft, just as the name implies, saves your work as draft. And then for the save as template, which is the main option that we'll be discussing here, this option comes in very handy in a situation whereby you want to save your entire page. On this particular save as template feature is different from the save as template feature you see whenever you hover and you right click on any section or column. This feature is different from this particular feature. The difference is that this one here in particular saves that particular column or container in which you right clicked on to see the save as template feature, whereas this particular save as template feature saves the entire page as a template. So let's try it. We click on the save as template, and then we say home temp, and then when we save this, it saves to our template library. And then here you can see all the various templates that I've created in the past, and this is the template I just created. So now I'm going to exit this. Now to see how it works, we'll go to our dashboard, and then we'll go to the page. Let's create a new page. We're going to create a new page, and we'll title this page test page, and then we're going to publish the page. So now once the page has been published, we're going to edit it as an Elementor, edit with Elementor rather. So once this loads up, okay, once this loads up, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn off the header and then the footer. To do so, we're just going to hit on this gear icon here, and then we go to the page layout, and then we'll set it to Elementor canvas. Now this takes away the header and the footer options, leaving us with a plain canvas to work with. Now the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to click on this particular gray button with a folder icon, and then we're going to click on the my template to see our various templates we've saved in the past. Now this is the particular template we'll be using, since this is the template we saved just a few minutes ago. So we're just going to hit on the insert button, and then we're going to apply and allow for a couple of seconds so the template gets installed successfully, or rather installed successfully. So as you can see, now I think it's still loading. Yeah, it's still loading. So once this loads completely, we're going to see an exact replica of the template we saved as template from our uh, initially. Okay, as you can see, this is it. Everything has been saved here just as it is here. So this feature is very important, and it's very handy and helpful. The next feature we'll be talking about is the mobile browser background. To see this feature, you click on the hamburger icon, this icon here, and then you go to site settings. Now once this site setting loads up, you you scroll down to background, and then you see an option here called the mobile browser background. Now what this feature does is it only takes effect on the mobile browser, and it changes the background color of the mobile browser. So we take, for instance, now we'll change this background color to, let's say, this color, our site color, and then we just paste it here. As you can see, nothing has changed on this screen, but on our mobile browser it takes effect. So you can take, for instance, see what our mobile browser looks before, and then see what it looks like after. You can see this color at the top of the screen. Right. The next feature we'll be talking about is the actions and revision feature. This feature comes in very handy as they provide us with the ability to undo and redo, and then it also provides backup for our designs on Elementor. So to see this particular feature, you can go to the icon, the clock icon, the reversal clock icon at the bottom left of your screen. Once you click on it, you can see the tab for actions and then the tab for revisions. So take, for instance, now if I should delete this, you can see it here, heading removed. Now if I want to redo that delete and then bring back that heading, all I just need to do is to click on Control Z on Windows and then Command Z on on Apple. So, and then for the revision, once you go to the revision, you can see that the revision provides a backup for your designs for days, months, weeks. So you can see 3 days ago, week ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago. And once you just click on any of the backup that are provided here, you will see that it will be applied on the website, but it won't go live on the website until you take, for instance, now let's say we click on this 1 day ago, revision done 1 day ago. Now you see after this loads up completely, you will notice that uh, our screen gets updated with with the last design we did a day ago. As you can see now, this doesn't go live on our website until we hit the apply button, and once we hit the apply button, whatever design we've done a day ago gets applied on our website. So that is pretty much it about the actions and the revision of on Elementor. So the next feature we're talking about is the Navigator feature. And to see this feature, you just come down at the bottom left of your screen. Down here, you see the Navigator feature here. Just click on this icon and then you turn on the Navigator. This is the Navigator. This is a very wonderful and useful tool, especially when you have multiple layers upon layers upon layers. This feature comes in very handy. And with this feature also, there are certain features within these features that you might not be aware of that they are present, but they are very helpful. Features such as this eye, which helps to you to hide certain elements. If you should click it now, you can see we've hidden the hero section, then we'll click it and then we brought it back. And then you can, with this feature, you can also select multiple containers and sections and then perform certain actions with them at once. Such as, to do that, you just hold on the control key or the command key on MacBook, and then you select the features you want, and then once you right click on it, you can either delete them, and so on and so forth. Then if there are less than four, you can duplicate, copy them, but if there are more than 4, all you can do is just delete them. So this navigator feature is very helpful. Now take for instance, now if you go to the top here, you can see that I cannot access this particular part, and I cannot access this container where my hero section is just here because it's covered by the header. Now to do that, to easily access it, now I just come to my navigator and then I go to the hero section here, and you can see I'm already editing this particular page. So that's pretty much it with the navigator. Okay, the next feature we'll be talking about is the scroll to section feature. This feature is very helpful in a situation where you're building a landing page, a single landing page, and then you intend to link one section to the other on your landing page. This feature comes in very handy. Now, there are two ways of achieving this scroll to section feature, and I'm going to show you the both ways. Now, the first method is, take for instance, we want to link this download app to this particular section of the site. So what we'll do is, under this download button, we click on edit, and in the link section, right after this hash, we don't paste, don't type download, and then we'll copy this. Now the next thing we're going to do is we'll go to the section where we want to link that download button to, and which is this section. Now on this section we edit it, and then we'll go to the advanced settings. Under the advanced settings, we now scroll down to the CSS ID, and here we just paste that download without the hash in front of it. And then once this is done, you go back to the top. If you should click on this button, download app, it takes you direct to this section of the site. Now the second method of achieving this is, first of all, let's revert what we've done. Let's remove this. So for the second method of achieving this, we first of all click on this Rubik's cube icon to take us to the various elements, and then we search for menu anchor. Yeah, this element, and then we'll drag the element and then we'll place it here. Now we're going to go back to the top where we have this button, and then you can see that we have the download here. We just copy this download, whatever text we put here on the link, we'll copy it there, and then we'll come down to the menu anchor, edit it, and then under the ID of the menu icon, we now place this without the hash in front. And now when we go to the top and we click on this, you can see it performs the same feature, takes us to this particular page where it is. The next feature we'll be talking about is the role manager feature. This is an Elementor feature that helps you manage what you want the various roles on your website to a various user role on your website to be able to access on your Elementor. So to see this particular feature, you go down to the Elementor and then you scroll to where you see the role manager, and you can see the various roles that are available. There is the editor role, the author role, and then the contributor and subscriber role. So with this feature, you can grant access to either edit to the editor to be able to edit, or you can say no access to that particular to all the editors. You can do the same for the author, you can do the same for contributor, and you can even do the same for subscribers. You either give them the access to edit content only or no access to editor. This feature we'll be talking about is called the global widget. This feature is very useful in a situation where you have a particular widget you've placed on your page and you intend to use it on multiple places on your website. Take for instance this testimonial widget, and we intend to use this widget on various places on our website. We can simply save this widget as a global widget, and then we can insert it on wherever we want to insert it on our website. And the good thing about this global widget is that we can edit it from one place and it will take effect on every other places that particular widget exists. Now let's get started with it. So now we just come here and then we'll hover on it, and then we'll go down and then we'll save it as global widget. Now title it testimonials, and then we'll click on the save. So now once this saves, you can see it here. Now to access it, you can see all global widgets are saved under the global tab. this tab, and then you can see it here, and then all you just need to do is drag it and place it wherever you want to place it on. Now let's update this. Let's update this. So now, take for instance, we want to add this particular testimonial design somewhere else on our website. Let's say on a different page of our website that we're designing. Now, okay, take for instance this particular page here. This has a different layout on the same website. I want to implement the global widget. First off, we have to refresh this page so that the global widget shows on this particular screen. We are editing. So now, once this is done, we just simply now once this is done, we just simply go to the global, and then we'll see our global widget, this widget, and what we can do is just look for a nice suitable place, and then we just, okay, let's say this particular place. Now we can just drag this widget and then we'll drop it here, and then you can see the option here to edit it, and then to unlink it from the global. We can even unlink it from the global and make it a standalone widget. So now, and another aspect of this global widget I would like to show to you is that we can, how to delete a global widget, because from the options here you cannot see where to delete your global widget. But if you intend to delete a global widget, bear in mind that whenever you delete that particular global widget, it is being deleted everywhere on the website. So be very careful when you want to delete a global widget. So what I advise you to do is you first of all unlink the widget, and then you unlink the widget before deleting it. Unlink it here, and then once that is done, you can go ahead. You can go ahead now, and let's say we'll go here, go on our dashboard. We just scroll down to templates, and then we'll go to save templates, and under the global widget here, you will see the global widget you've created, this widget, and then you can just trash it. You can delete it from here. So now once you've deleted it from here, you head back here now and you refresh this page. You will notice that this is gone, whereas we refresh this particular page, this widget is still here because we've unlinked it. Now let's, first of all, let's save it. Let's update this. Okay, now let's refresh this page. All right, now when you scroll down here, you can see that that particular global widget has been deleted from this particular section. It has disappeared from this section and it's no longer on our global widget. Whereas on this particular screen, you come down here, you can still see the widget here because what we've unlinked it. The next feature we'll be talking about is the background slideshow. This feature is very helpful in a situation whereby you, instead of using a static background image, you can just use multiple images as a slideshow to beautify your website, and then have this animative feature on your website added to your website. So to do this, can just edit this hero section. So we're just going to turn on our navigator, and then we'll go to the hero section, and then we'll click on edit hero. And here now you see under the background type, you come down to the slideshow. So now you now have the opportunity to add multiple images on your slide. So we're going to add multiple images, this one, and then we're going to add this as well, and then we're going to add this as well. So we have 3 images now. So we're going to create a new gallery, and then we're going to insert it. So once that is done, we can set the duration here. We can set the type of transition. Could it be slide right, slide up, slide left, slide down, and then we set the duration of transition and the background effect, the background size, different edits, and then you can add this Ken Burns effect When you turn it on, this gives it that uh, slow zoom in and then slow zoom out feature to beautify your website. So once this is done, all you just need to do is to update it, and then you preview it. You can see this is what we'll have. The next feature we'll be talking about is the Elementor dark mode feature. With this feature, you can change the Elementor UI theme to dark mode. This feature is helpful especially for those that love working at night, as it helps protect the eye. It can be activated by simply clicking on the hamburger icon at the top right corner, then go to user preferences, and under user preferences you now see the UI theme. Here you can see it's set to auto detect. What this auto detect does is it synchronizes with your operating system settings, and then when you click on it you can see the light mode and then the dark mode. So now when you select this dark mode, it's you can see your UI has been updated to dark mode, and then once you click on the update, it's saved. So whenever you edit your edit with Elementor is going to come with the dark mode. Okay, the next feature we'll be talking about is the HTML tag feature. This feature comes in very handy in a situation where you intend to optimize your website for search engine. Now, you can find this feature on the heading. When you click on edit on the heading, you can also find it on the icon box and some other widgets in the Elementor. Now when you edit it, you come down to where you see the HTML tag. Now the HTML tag, we have the H1 to H6 and then the div, spam and the paragraph tag. Now per Google recommendation, you're to use the H1 tag once on your uh, website, and then for the H2, H3 you can use them, but try to make use of them in a hierarchical order, that is H2, H3 downwards in a particular element. Take for instance here, I made use of the H1 tag here, and then here now, and I made use of H3 tags in all these particular headings here. So that's pretty much it for the HTML tag. Wow, if you've made it this far, then I believe you might have learned one or two hidden or mostly ignored feature on Elementor, and I really appreciate you. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up. So the last and the final hidden or ignored feature on Elementor that we'll be discussing is the export and the import kit feature. Now to find this feature, you come down to the Elementor and then you go to tools. Now under the tools you see the import and export kit. Now when you click on the export kit, you click on start export. Now this is the screen you get where you select the various content you wish to export. Now when you tick on the template, it exports the save template, headers, archives, single post, all. And then when you click on content, we have content such as the pages, landing page, post, and so on. And then you click on the site settings. This carries along the global color, global font, theme, style settings, and all. So once this is done, once you are okay with all these options that you've selected, you click on the next, and then it loads, and then you see you select the various plugin versions you want as well to be included. Now I'm going to check the contact form and then the elements kit. Now when you check these particular plugin options and then you create your kit, now you've seen this zip file and downloaded this zip file. So now if we should close this, and then we'll go back to our Elementor tools and settings, and then we'll now go to the import section, and we intend to import this. You can make use of the import section to import the kit. When you start the import, you now drag this and then you drop it here. When you drop it here, now in a situation whereby those various plugins that was checked during the export are not present in this website, in the website you want to import your key to, you will be prompted to install such you'll be recommended to install such plugins, and once you've done that, your invitation will be done successfully. Thank you for sticking with us to the end of this video. If this is your first time on our channel, please remember to subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified first when next we upload a new video. You can also drop your comment as to where you're confused, questions, and then suggestions as to the next video you want us to make. And then finally, thank you and see you in our next video. Bye bye.